Hello, people. How's it going? I've come here to elaborate on the Nolan Wells case, okay? Put in my 2 cents. Call it what you want, okay? So now, hello, Michi, Mary. Yes, they're growing. You see that, girl? Okay. Every now and then they hit a little plateau. And they're trying to put a timeline together, so to speak, okay, and get some clarity in all this confusion that's going on with all the people in the different stories, okay. And yes, that's my problem is the people with the different stories. It should not be everybody has a different story, okay. That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, they're saying that, I don't know how true it is, it's all alleged, hearsay, word on the curb. Now they're saying that Nolan Wells was not on, well, excuse me, he didn't arrive on the island on Warren's boat. He rode Wyatt's boat. And that may be why he said he wasn't getting on their boat, because he didn't come on their boat anyway. He wanted to go back on the boat that he came on, which was Wyatt's boat. I digress. Okay, so they're also talking about the timelines. They're also talking about there looks like there was an argument with two people in the water, but they couldn't tell if it was Nolan, because these shots are from far away and they're zooming in on them. So the more the more they zoom in on the photo, the more distorted it gets. Okay. Hey Cynthia. Hey Pink. Hey Trish. Oh yeah, my assistant. My lovely assistant who don't do no work but always tired. Hmm. And yeah, so it's an interesting saga here that's playing out. Okay. Oh, and did you hear about the lawyer they got? The Warren, the Warren, and I don't know if his friends. Okay, but they're saying that that's the a former Trump lawyer. Okay. Now, what does it mean? I don't know, but it kind of gives you the circle that they're in. Okay. And the people they know. But with the controversial case the way it is, I certainly wouldn't. Maybe they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Everybody's not keeping track of everybody's name. Who knows? I don't know. Here we go with the yawning. So, I want to go in and see what, if I can. And this is I call it's tarot. I call it tarotini. Okay. And see what these cards. Oh, these cards have the explanations too in reverse as well. Mm-hmm. Gonna get some answers here and find out what they're hiding. Now we pretty much know what they're hiding is the death of Nolan Wells, but I think the way they acting, okay, goodness gracious, they act like this the Epstein files. Okay, sheesh. Ain't Zorro Ranch over there? Zorro Ranch. Oh no, this is Mississippi. I'm thinking Arizona. I tell you, yes. So we're gonna clear the energy, neutralize the energy on these particular cards. I used them plenty of times before. We're gonna see if we can vibe with them. Okay, give the other cards a rest. And give us the energy on this Nolan Wells case and what's being hidden, if there's anything being hidden. Okay. Hey, Sin. Hey, Deborah. Can you tell us, okay, what the people can you tell us what Nolan's friends, Warren, Eli, and who else are hiding, and the other people who are on the boat? What are they hiding? They're hiding something. Something's being hidden, and what are they hiding? Is there an Eric? I keep getting an Eric, and well, really, all of these kids. What are they hiding in the death of Nolan Wells out there in Mississippi on Horn Island? What are these youngsters hiding? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Oops. At the bottom of the deck. Ooh. Well, I don't even have to read the instructions on that. Okay. Betrayal. Okay. They're hiding betrayal. I think being caught in all these lies, not getting help for that boy, okay, and everybody looking at him. They shame. So yeah, we do have an Eric, Warren, Morgan, and Wyatt. But Wyatt had his own boat. I don't know. These folks is all over the place. Let's ask the cards. See, that's why you got to go to cards and psychics, okay? Because of stuff like this. We have the Fool in reverse. And this talks about recklessness, folly, careless, holding back, naive, inconsiderate, hasty, and easy to manipulate. Ooh, that's in a mouthful right there. We have the Six of Wands that says success, victory, achievement, pride, recognition, improvement, reward, praise, and acclaim. Okay. Ooh. And the Page of Swords in reverse. Scatterbrain, exhaustion, lack of planning, sarcastic, gossipy, insulting, playing mind games. Ooh. And we have the Three of Wands in reverse, talking about lost direction, and planning, lacks vision and motivation, delays self-doubt, hindrances and regret. Hindrance, a hindrance and regret. Hindrance, isn't that like hesitation? Okay, or let me see, get the exact. Okay, so right, they're slowing down the progress. Okay, hindrance, they're making it harder. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we also have the wheel of fortune, which is cyclic, nature of life. Okay, it's supposed to be lucky, destiny, good fortune, turning points, and decisive moments. Okay, I pull out of this decisive moments and cycle. Hmm. So it's a cycle. Okay, the thing about this is this it's and it's not just a cycle with them. This is a cycle or a problematic cycle in Mississippi, in those southern states. Okay, this is not something that is unknown for Mississippi. That's the problem. Okay, this is something that's been happening in Mississippi for a long time, ever since. Okay, and it hasn't stopped, and it needs to stop, and that's the problem. It's a cycle that needs to be broken. Out for her. For who? Thank you for the 1999. Okay, that was generous. Emily, thank you so much. The old grade gold, thank you so much. That was really generous of you. I think she popped in not too long ago, too. She did say she had the flu. Hey, Colleen, the old grade gold. So this and this is what they're hiding. Okay, we're asking what's being hidden. That is one of the things that is being hidden is this cycle that they have that they're known for. They're known for it. Okay, so don't sit up there and say, "Oh, why it's got to be a race thing," because that's what you do. You're known for it. Everybody know. Everybody in their mom and daddy know Mississippi. Yeah. And all y'all down there, y'all bordering states. We know. So this is what's being hidden. You can gather what's being hidden, okay, is basically the cycle that they don't want to break, that they need to. This is 2026, okay? Goodness gracious, people. And the Knight of Wands in reverse, which is recklessness, superficial delays. Okay, so they fake. cocky, restless, lack of self-discipline, passive, and frustrated. So they got issues. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which is a lack of long-term vision. Okay. Lack of long-term vision, laziness, lack of reward, being delayed, impatience, limited success, unfinished work. And temperance talks about patience and balance, moderation, calm, self-control. Okay. So they have impatience and patience. And we have the Hermit searching. This Hermit is self-reflection, introspection, enlightenment, spiritual contemplation, receiving or giving guidance. Okay. That's talking about they lawyered up. Okay. And then we have conflict, battles, fights, aggressive, with the Five of Swords here. Intimidation, competition, hostility, and defeat. Okay. And the Tower. So they had him in a hostile environment. Okay. They're hiding. And then, and then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is giving up control, bankruptcy, generosity, reckless spending, and releasing of the past, and financial insecurity. And then we have the Sun, which talks about a triumph, festivity. Oh, festivity. So they was having fun under the sun, as they see it. Say. And smoke and mirrors with the Seven of Cups. Endless choices, opportunities, daydreaming, wishful thinking, and searching for a purpose. And the Knight of Swords came charging in. Ambitious, accomplishment, seize the moment, big changes, tenacity, and determination. Rest and relaxation. That's the mini death card with the Four Swords. Contemplation, recuperation, rejuvenated, sanctuary. And now look at this, a transition. Now they're trying to move to calmer waters. Yeah. Letting go of hatred, moving on, leaving behind relief and journeys. Say they trying to get some relief out the situation. Okay. However, okay, the lack of teamwork, trouble in collaborations, lack of cohesion. They're not sticking together. The stories don't stick together. Conflict, poor motivation, and lack of commitment. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups, which talks about family and job security. Oh, long-term success, a strong foundation. Judgment, reflection, inner calling, being forgiven, awareness, and awakening. Awakening. And the Eight of Cups, talking about walking away, abandonment. Okay. And it's also travel, withdrawal, walking away, letting go, relationship breakup, escapism, moving on. Take your pick. hmm And this right here is the Ten of Swords the Ten of Wands in reverse. And this talks about release, too much responsibility, breakdown, lacking the will to go on, collapse, downfall, and procrastination with the Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles talks about consistency, practical and reliable. Okay. Strong will, improvement, determination, and responsible. Interesting. And the Devil in reverse. Overcoming addiction, emancipation, regaining control, reclaiming power, release, freedom, and detachment. Okay. So these people are hiding, trying to run from their responsibilities. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody has an addiction problem. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody had this, too many people. Somebody has a problem, a drug problem, alcohol problem, one or the other or both. And it's not just one person. See what I'm saying? Because they're on that island, they think that they're away from recognition and responsibility. That's what that is. Bart Daddy in pain management. Is that what he does? So these are children of doctors, judges, lawyers, and money making lawyers and doctors, okay? Not just your average. These people are about the money, okay? Okay, even his mom was a nurse practitioner. That's right before doctor is a nurse practitioner. Right, right. Hey, cutting up. I haven't seen you for a minute. hmm And it's all in the cards, okay? So, someone wanted to take another look at Miss Katie, okay? Miss Katie. Can you tell us about Katie McIntosh? Not McIntosh. What's that girl's last name? Katie? McCormick. Thank you. Okay. Give us some insight on this girl, Katie McCormick. And you know the vibe I get of her, okay, is this girl who wants, uh, she's enjoying her sexuality, and she's also exploiting it at the same time. And what I mean by that, using it. Okay, she seems to me. This is all alleged. This is for your entertainment. There's no facts and no truth in this video at all. My interpretation and my intuition that, like that incident, that her being up there with all them boys. Okay, and she was supposed to be cuddled up with Nolan or sitting on his lap or whatever. Okay, she knows that's a problem. She knows that. Okay, but she is one of them ones. Okay, sneaky little snotty. Okay, and then when you call her on it, she gonna act like you don't. She don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that's what she gives me. I was just sitting on his lap. What's the big deal? Mm-hmm. Like that. A Jezebel. Yes, I heard that too, Doris. Right, okay. You see what I'm saying? So she gives me that impression, okay, that she would pit two guys, okay, flirt with two guys, okay, to make them jealous and fight or whatever, while she's sitting in the background with a smirk on her face. Uh-huh. One of those. So give us some insight about Katie McCormick. Katie McCormick. What can you tell us about Katie McCormick? And thank you for your answers. Katie McCormick. Mm-hmm. She was out there on Horns Island as well. Katie McCormick. Yes. This talks about a mental breakdown, ruin, exhaustion, failure, bitterness, collapse, betrayal, and deep wounds. See if I can get clarity on the written part. Mm-hmm. Okay, tell us more. Okay, so she feels victorious in this. Okay, she feels, oh, and she wants the attention. Okay, and that's probably why you don't see her, because she's lapping up all the attention, but she can't help but grin and snicker about it. And so, you know, she can't have you see that, you know. Mm-hmm. And then we have finding balance, time management, adaptability, priorities, making a choice with the Two of Pentacles. And the Tower. And the Queen of Wands in reverse. Jealous, pushy, demanding, vengeful, hot-tempered, selfishness, insecurity. She's a nightmare walking. The Magician. Manifestation, creativity, desire, willpower, resourceful, the art of communication. See? Art of communication. That's manipulation. And we have the Two of Cups, which talks about unified love, attraction, relationships, partnerships, romantic entanglements, and a shared understanding. And the Hermit. So it's like they're looking at that. Oh, the Hermit is a no card. I didn't know the Hermit was a no card. And the Queen of Wands is an Aries and is that a Libra? And the Page of Wands. So imagination, inspiration, exploration. She's an extrovert, okay? Fresh ideas, eye opener, cheerfulness, and energetic. That's how she gets you lured in. hmm And the Empress. Yep, she got that divine feminine fertility for would be parents, abundance, nurturing, and creativity. This could be her mama as well. And it's going over the Queen of Wands. Okay, it's giving me the intuition that they just alike. Oh, is her mother alive? King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this talks about a failing business, poor financial decision, materialistics and instability, obsessed with wealth and status, and somebody who's possessive. And the Queen of Swords. So we have communications with the Queen of Swords. Okay. And we have knowledge. Oh, this is a Libra. Let me see what this other card was. Pisces. That's it. Pisces. And then we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. The last sentence in here is funny. There's somebody in the comment says she was a Jezebel. And right here it says with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Lack of commitment. Mm. And nightmares. Okay. So she's trying to get over the nightmares. Trying to gain some clarity here. But she's not working with the rest. She's not working with the people. Okay? I tell you that right now. She has lack of teamwork. She's not working. And all you see is them little boys. Where's Katie? She probably hiding behind her sister. Knight of Swords, okay, is ambitious, a compliment, seize the moment, big changes. And she wants to move on as well. She wants a change. Mm-hmm. And the King of Cups in reverse. Now, this right here is untrustworthy, unproductive, intolerant, withdrawn, manipulative, emotional turbulence with the King of Cups in reverse. Ooh. And the King of Wands. Protective, a natural born leader. Well, it sounds like them two are bumping heads. The King of Cups in reverse and the King of Wands. This is someone who is faithful and inspiring, okay? A visionary, an entrepreneur. And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Reckless, superficial delays, cocky restlessness, lack of self-discipline, passive frustration. Okay. It's not saying that about this King of Wands because it's not facing it. And we have the Emperor. Fatherhood, audacity, structured, a dominating male, practicality, experience, and powerful, disciplined, and focused. That's the Police. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So there's what goes around comes around for Miss Katie McCormick. But she's not a nice person from what these cards say. Now, I took her as the Queen of Cups, but she's coming up as the Queen of Wands, and in reverse at that. That's a witch. If they know witchcraft, they will put it on you. That's what that is. If they know witchcraft, they will put it on you. Someone wants to know, did Katie unalive Nolan? Okay. 4 cards. Did Katie McCormick kill Nolan? Or did she hurt Nolan? Okay. Did Katie McCormick harm Nolan Wells when they were on that island? Did Katie McCormick do any kind of harm to Nolan when they were on that island? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answer. 4 cards. 4 cards. 4 cards. 4 cards. Four cards. The bottom of the read. Ooh. Y'all see that? This is a yes card right there. Four cards. Tell us more. Ooh, I gotta take them. 2 cards came out at once. I gotta take them. Okay, See what comes up. We got a yes here. Okay. We have judgment and we have conflict, battles, fights, violence, aggression, intimidation, competition, hostility, and defeat. We also have judgment that says a reflection and inner calling, being forgiving or awareness awakening. Oops. So that's these two cards here. Okay. And by the way, that's a yes. We have a yes and a no. Okay. And we have a yes in the Ace of Swords. Okay. And this right here talks about clarity, sound decision making, breakthrough, justice, new opportunities, and the beginning of a conflict. The beginning of a conflict. Now that is interesting. And we have another yes with the Knight of Swords. Ooh. Ambitious accomplishment, seize the moment, big changes, tenacity, and determination. And then we have the Two of Swords in reverse. Now, the Two of Swords is a maybe, okay? It's a maybe. Emotional detachment, indecision, hesitancy, anxiety, too much information, mental turmoil. Okay. So basically, you have yeses. Okay. Four more cards. Four more cards. Tell us more. Can you clarify this read? Clarify. Ooh. Clarify this read. Here we go. She's hiding something. She's trying to get away with something. That's a no card, but she's trying to get away with something. Is basically what it's telling us. Clarifying. And the moon in reverse. Now, the moon in reverse is gaining clarity, releasing fear, finding the truth, suppressed emotions, conquering anxiety. That is going over the Ace of Swords. Okay, and then we have the Empress. Now, the Empress talks about divine feminine, fertility, okay, nurturing creativity, okay, yeah. And we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Stuck in the past, lacking playfulness, independence, boredom, maturity, self sufficiency. The fish rots from the head down. Well, that's not, you said my card, that's not perfectionism. I'm not a perfectionist, believe me. But what it is my OCD. It's my OCD, girl. Okay. And it makes it easier for me to read the cards. Okay. Yeah, that's my OCD kicking in. Okay. And then don't let them get crooked because, see, I got to straighten them out and, do like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, girl. So it's funny that you asked that question because I'm getting she has something to do with it. Let's ask, okay, in another way and see what the cards tell us. Okay. And I haven't asked that question. Okay. Let me okay, goddess. What's HP? Yeah, you know that OCD, how you gotta have things straight. Okay. Apple cider. High pressure. Okay. So I want to go in and ask. Okay, because we got a lot of cards we could ask. Oh, Miss Katie. Okay. What's the vibe with Miss Katie? Okay. What's the vibe with Miss Katie? Okay. Can you give us a vibe with her? What kind of person is she? What's up with this girl, Katie McCormick? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Yeah. And then, okay, I got a real nice treat for you guys. We are going to go in with my Who Is It deck as soon as I find it. Okay. Who is it? See what kind of description we get. Mm-hmm. Tell us about Katie McCormick. And thank you for your answers. Uh-huh. Miss Katie. Mm-mm-mm. That's not funny, but ooh, child. Okay, I can see it now. Paranoid, family, blood ties, inner circle. Okay, love affair, love affair. Ooh, with who? She got a dirty little secret. Mm. And I don't think it's Bart, but I ain't one to talk. Time. Delay. She's a procrastination, okay? And she always trying to be busy. And the vacay. Yep, she wants to get away. Like the Six of Swords, okay? And two-faced. She's a double life. She's a cheater and a backstabber. Ooh. Smell the roses. She needs to slow down. Miss Katie. She's feeling trapped, y'all. Oh no, I can't. I just can't. Stuck. No options. Unforgiveness. Exhausted. Burnt out, burdened, and empty. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, a narcissist. She's a narcissist. And a chaos. See, she likes this kind of stuff. A glow up. She's looking at new opportunities, a new career, a successful business. But she's got lust, greed by any means necessary, and she's very inconsiderate. And she's burned her bridges as well. Yeah, and so she wants to block everybody. Move on. Nothing to see. Stop calling. Okay? Oh, yeah, that's a narcissist for you. And today, right now, she's got some good vibes, or trying to. Okay, if she ain't peeking out the window. Okay, trying to see who's out there. Because now her mind is playing tricks on her. Dun, 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 dun. Remember that song? Okay, that's Katie. I don't know the words, but that's Katie. Okay, so I'm going to pay my water bill, and I'm coming. Let me see. We got a who is it? That should already be up here. Oh, we got the place. We need to. Oh, I know where it's at. We need to. Who is it? She don't get gonna come. She ain't gonna come clean because she's not that type of person. Okay. She wants to stir up sugar honey iced tea and then play the damsel in distress. This is that's the way her mind works, like a little fantasy. Hmm. Okay, let me get my who is it day. Okay, let's see what the deck tells us. I'll be right back. You hold them down, Tasha, okay, poo poo? Okay, I'm gonna burn some sage on these cards because I have used them and I need to neutralize them. Okay. Okay. Okay, I got stuck for a minute. Sorry. Okay. So, and the cards look like this, by the way. Okay. Now, y'all need to be looking. Okay, you would want to pay attention. Who is it? Okay. A lot of people believe that Nolan Wells, who was found deceased on Horn Island, was hit in the back of the head. Okay. A lot of people believe he was hit in the back of the head. Who is it that hit him? Who hit Nolan in the back of the head? Who is it? And thank you for your answers. Long hair. Unhealthy habits like drugs and smoking. It says black hair. And a busty chest. Okay. I'm going to stop right there because it's telling me a female. Okay. It's telling me a female. Long hair, it says black hair, but it's telling me a female. And that could be what's being hidden, okay? And not only that is because they all had something to do with it, either directly or indirectly. What if they hit that boy in the head and knocked him out, okay? Or gave him a concussion, whatever. Okay. What if he wasn't dead? You didn't render him any help. Ask what? And see, that is a big problem with this situation as well, is they're trying to say he wasn't on the boat because they want to omit any type of responsibility for this man being deceased. Okay? And you leaving him by saying he didn't want to get on the boat. Okay, right. Um, everybody left. Everybody left. He was nowhere to be found to get on the boat. If people even remember, because I can't see anybody, just everybody leaving and him not being able to hitch a ride back. Okay, so they never saw him in the first place to give him a ride. He came up missing. It's just that simple. Yes, it is. I'm saying alleged, okay, but from what they're telling us, apparently, okay. Um, let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to put that request into a phrase. Let's just ask Tarotini. Can you tell us exactly what happened to Nolan Wells to cause his death? What caused the death of Nolan Xavier Wells, only 18 years old? What caused his death? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. What caused the death of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells? The Knight of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Wands in reverse talk about, recklessness, superficial delays, uh, restless, lack of self-discipline, passive, and frustration. Tell us more. Talks about the magician and desire and willpower. The King of Cups in reverse. This is the untrustworthy person. You can't trust him. And there's justice. So they're going to tell on him. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. It's in reverse. So this person has a lack of long-term vision, laziness, lack of reward. So this is not Bart. Interesting. I don't think this is Bart. Excuse me. It talks about forgiveness, recovery, healing, but it also talks about betrayal. And the Knight of Cups. Romance, charming, grateful, invitations, following your heart and dreams. Wow. So here's a king and here's a knight. Interesting how the hermit comes out. Okay, like they were searching. Okay, let me show you how these cards would go. Like he's searching for they were looking for Nolan right here. Who might have been recovering. He may be recovering from his injuries or something, so to speak. Okay. hmm Maybe he got up and traveled somewhere. They had to go looking for him. There's clarity in the truth. Okay. And nightmares with the Nine of Swords in reverse. The Fool in reverse. Recklessness. That's the first word here. That's the first word here. Recklessness. And we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, which talks about unhealthy relationships, a broken family, domestic conflict, separation, broken marriage, disputes, and hopelessness. Ooh, sheesh. Right along, right next to the Nine of Cups, which talks about wishes coming true, blessings, satiety, abundance, achievement, material success. Oh, this is going over the Nolan card, the Knight of Cups. And here we are with the Knight of Swords, who there was a big change. He come rushing in. And there's Chatty Patty in reverse. Now, Chatty Patty talks about being scatterbrained, exhaustion, lack of planning, sarcastic, gossipy, insulting, playing mind games. Okay. And the Page of Cups. Okay, a dreamer. Now, here's the thing with these cups, because I'm looking at the cups over Nolan, okay, and the cups are upright, okay, the cups are upright. When I look at this betrayal, the cups are upside down, okay. Now, if the cups are upside down, they have to have been emptied, okay. The cups over Nolan are right side up, they're still full, so to speak. And the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, talks about inheritance. And the Queen of Cups. And the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Giving up control. Bankruptcy. Financial insecurity. Okay, so what it's doing is telling me what happened to Nolan was recklessness, reckless behavior. Okay, reckless behavior is what they're saying. Okay, and that could mean a lot of things. That could mean a lot of things. Reckless behavior. That could be drinking, fighting, not rendering aid when aid is needed. That could be irresponsible, being irresponsible. Okay. Let me see. I want to ask another deck because this isn't giving me what. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. This violet veil has been calling me. Let me see what it says. I was looking at some of the boats, okay, that were on the island, and you can easily hide a body. That's pure speculation, Doris. That's just a rumor, okay? I don't know. Now, that lady could have been pregnant, okay, by a whole lot of people. Catch that tea. Can you give us the scenario in the death of Nolan Wells on July 4th, 2026? What was that scenario in the death of Nolan Wells? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Nolan Wells, give us that scenario. Okay, so the page of swords has come forth to give a message. And what's the message? What do you want us to know? That they're stuck in the past. Okay, with the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, there's also forgiveness, but there'll be judgment. Oh, I just had a intuition. Stuck in the past on these racial issues, okay, and judging Nolan, passing judgment on him, okay, and he's trying to avoid conflict and clarity. Impatience. Interesting. The Hangman in reverse. This talks about being stuck in the past, and so does this. Not being able to let it go, not seeing it in a new perspective, say. And the Magician, it was manipulation. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. So it looks like everybody wasn't on board as far as what was going down. There we go with the Queen of Wands. Okay. And the Tower. And the World. That's interesting. I can read this more than one way. I can read this, whoever this Queen of Wands is, it's over for her. Okay? Or she had something to do with it being over for Nolan. Two of Wands, a plan of action, a choice. And the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this could have been, what would you call it? A death of opportunity. The opportunity, he was the only black person around them. And they were all here on this 4th of July festivity. Okay. And everybody was so busy doing what they're doing, nobody was really paying attention. So they made a plan, a quick plan. Mm-hmm. Letting go of people, places, and things with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Or it could have been a plan to give him something that took quick effect, okay, and he let go. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to hold on to whatever. I mean, I'm talking about his mind. He wasn't able to stay awake, alert. And the Five of Cups, yeah, the Five of Cups in reverse. Uh-huh. There could have been something put in his drink. The Ten of Swords in reverse. Now this is kind of giving me that they left him. And there's the Page of Cups. She's on the seashore. That's where they left him. That's where he was found. And the Page of Wands. Which talks about disappointment. And it also talks about a delay. And the Nine of Pentacles. And then we have the Ten of Wands. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. And the Ace of Wands. The feeling I'm getting is I'm getting betrayal and a load and everything. I'm not really getting that he was killed. I'm getting that He may have been giving something, okay, or whatever, and the delay in rendering him assistance or the failure to notice or recognize that he needed help. He wasn't just knocked out. He needed help. And the failure to render, or he could have been alive and his breathing had been so shallow they thought he was dead and left him. Okay. Or put him in the water to make it look like something else. I don't know. That is the feeling I'm getting, that a lot had, it had to do with the delay in rendering assistance to Nolan. Let's ask the cards. No, I don't remember that. I didn't see anything about. Say, he didn't necessarily have to be unalive by the blow of his to his head, but he could have been knocked out. He could have had a concussion or whatever that wasn't treated. Okay, right. He could have had a brain bleed, you know what I'm saying? That they didn't treat because they didn't get him no help. I think that they are scared of the people because they are, like I said, these people. Now you got to look at Mississippi. What is that? Mississippi. What else is next Mississippi? And is it Tennessee? Okay, or some of these people are stuck in the past. Okay, they try to act like they're not, but they are. As far as their mentality, okay, they are stuck in that racist past. And the parents and the grandfather. Honey, that boy, the grandfather ain't had nothing to do with it. I find it hard to believe that the grandfather had something to do with it because that boy was already dead and gone, and they left him. Okay, and these children know what happened. Let's go back. See if I can pick up on this. Phantom Wise is what I've been using on Nolan. And we're going to go back to Phantom Wise. And we're going to ask what was done to Nolan's body remains. Okay? On the island. You're saying Bart's grandfather? I thought it was somebody else's grandfather, Warren's grandfather, or Wyatt's grandfather. Okay. If they had to call the grandfather and the grandfather tell them what to do, and they use that to make an excuse to cover up what the crime, how could the grandfather be there? Okay. See what I'm saying? How could the grandfather be there if the grandfather's the one they called and told them how to fix what was going on because it wasn't a big issue that they were making it out to be? Okay. Unbeknownst to him, okay, that they wasn't sinking anyway. The little village, okay, Bilige, the village, okay, had accumulated water because whatever they did, okay, and it happens all the time. And the grandfather was able to walk them through how to handle it, okay? The boat was not sinking. It might have been. It might have been that could have been the case. They pulled him by the ankles. He hit his head. Okay, whatever. But you left him. I mean, well, what did you do with his body? How does he end up washing up on shore? If he even washed up, okay, did he wash up? Did you put him there? But how does his body end up face down dead? 'Well, the thing about it is, why did any of them want to harm Nolan? Okay, why did any of them want to harm Nolan? The thing about it is, it blows people's mind because they know they're lying, and so now you left everybody to wonder: did you just leave that boy out there? Did you just throw him in the water? What in the world was you thinking? I was scared. You were scared? Well, sheesh. Okay. Scared? Okay. You should have been scared to get help, to go get help. You had enough sense to call for a tow. So now you weren't too scared that you flipped him and tossed him back in the water or something. But, 2 days is not that long to be in the water. That's the thing about it. Okay. 2 days is not that long to be in the water, if he was in the water, because they found him on the shoreline. He was found by the Coast Guard the next day. Okay, but here's the thing: they went out looking for the boy. He wasn't there. Then all of a sudden, he shows up on shore. You know that, right? Right, exactly. Okay. He's not going to be that decomposed in 2 days. No, 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 no. The body wasn't waterlogged. It wasn't in the water long enough to be waterlogged if it was. But I don't know because I think it might be suspicious because they don't even see any evidence that he was really in that water like that. He just started decomposing. Well, you start decomposing the minute your heart stops, okay? But that's internally. You don't even see it. I don't know if they even could smell it. I don't think they started smelling it until what, like 3 days, 3 or 4 days? Okay, so let's ask, what happened to Nolan's body? Okay. What happened to Nolan's body? Let's see. When Nolan died or knocked out, what happened with his remains? Okay. What happened to Nolan's remains before he was found on Horn Island? There you go. What happened to Nolan's remains before he was found on the shore of Horn Island? What happened to his remains? And thank you for your answer. What happened to his remains before he showed up? The Seven of Wands. Oh, the Seven of Wands. Protection. Seven of Wands. He was being protected. His remains. Tell us more. He was dead. The Page of Wands. The Page. The Page of Wands. That could be Nolan. Let me see. Page of Wands. Oh, the first word. The Page of Wands is grounded yet playful. Hmm. So this could have been Nolan. The Page of Wands. And the Death card in reverse. The Queen of Wands. and the Two of Wands in reverse. So that talks about bad planning. Okay, this was the Queen of Wands. Let me see. Oh, this is a hidden fear. So he died, and she got scared. Then we have the Knight of Wands and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So that could be Warren and his dad. Ignoring. Fool in reverse and the Four of Cups. Okay, so this is somebody who ignored. They may have ignored. Oh, okay. So this person, the Knight of Wands, who is corrupt, materialistic, okay, and he's not stable. This person here. And something was ignored behind foolishness, careless, naive. This is the past. This is the children. Okay. And these children had comfort. They had security. They had abundance. They come a lot from a line of money. Seven of Swords in reverse. So they got creative and decided to hide. See, now this talks about a new beginning. The Ace of Wands. So after they realized what was done, they tried to hide it. They tried to lie about it. And they hurried up about it too. So they patiently they waited. They waited. They waited until daylight. They waited until daylight. And secretly, the high priestess, and the Ace of Cups. They waited. Temperance is patience and the Sun. Now we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups. Ooh, weird. Okay, I'm getting all of. Okay, this is about the Ace of Cups is a new love, something new. Let me look. The Ace of Cups. Now they could have come up with a new idea. Uh-huh. An emotional experience that was hidden. And they lied about it. So we have the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords. Okay. Mm-hmm. The betrayal. They hid it. And the Five of Cups in reverse. Ooh. They hid it, the betrayal, and then there's recovery. This is the question is, what did they do with Nolan's body, okay, his remains during the time, those 2 days, okay? I am getting that he was killed, he died, excuse me, he died, and they hid him and they lied about it. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, bad luck, and the King of Wands. And the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Yep. They came to their senses and decided to let go of people, places, and things, so to speak. Okay? They had to pull rabbits out their hat, some tools left out in the cold. The Empress. And the Tower. And the Six of Swords in reverse. And the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there was a delay. Definitely a delay, an obstacle, an exchange. This might be when they told the mama. And this could be when they gave her the phone and the nightmare and the Eight of Pentacles. The Two of Cups in reverse. This talks about craftsmanship and determination. And the Two of Cups in reverse. Talks about the disharmony and the separation. Because he was separated from the boys. And the Ten of Wands in reverse. Now, telling the mom, okay, it's like it got a burden off of them. Well, at least some of the burden, because somebody had to tell the mom, or they called the mom looking for him. Okay, so yeah. And then the conflict, the fighting. And justice. This could be the people fighting for justice. This could be the people fighting for justice. Stacy is the medical examiner. Now, as you have seen, okay, you haven't seen anything about his any water. Nothing giving you the impression of water. Okay. So I kind of get the impression, this is what the cards are giving me, that they had he was hidden. He was hidden. Now, okay, they may have went back out there, and they could have went out there on another boat. Somebody else could have went out there. Okay, or they could have went out there with somebody else's boat and gave them another name. Who knows? Okay, the police know, or well, because they said they had moved, they had went out there. Uh, there was three different times detection of movement, that boat, three times. Uh-oh. Warren Hudson's boat moved three times. Wow. Oh, I'm in messages. Woo! Warren Hudson's boat moved three times. Okay, so they're saying that that's because it's online sleuths. They're calling us online sleuths and amateur sleuthing surrounding the tragic death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells on Mississippi Horn Island. So they're just saying, they're trying to say it's a rumor, but I don't think so. See, now they're saying that 20 people, more than 20 people, went to that island on three separate boats. Okay. So it kind of gives you another picture of the scenario, okay? Because now they're saying about 22, over 20 people on three boats. If Nolan didn't want to leave, he didn't have to leave because there was two more boats left, right? It was three boats altogether. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. They are trying to mess the case up so you can't figure. Yeah, this is on purpose. This is ridiculous. Okay. This is being done on purpose. I don't like being effed with on purpose, and this is what's being done. They're effing with us on purpose. Okay. He wasn't on no boat to go back home. See what I'm saying? Okay. He could have been on the boat, dead. He could have been out there on that island in the bushes and left for dead, and they make the excuse that they pump is broke, woo 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 woo, while this boy is left on the island, hidden somewhere. Right. He could have been laying on that boat. Okay. Exactly. See what I'm saying? Okay. He was hidden. So we don't know where he was at. And he didn't have his phone, so there was no GPS. You see what I'm saying? Well, here's the thing about it. They said they had a membership because apparently the grandfather had a membership. They didn't have a membership. The grandfather had a membership. It was his boat. Just like AAA, okay? Even though you call, you're the one that owns the membership. You have to be there with the vehicle. It may not be your vehicle, but they need to be you to be with it and your card. See what I'm saying? Right. He had the membership. Okay. And they may have called him that prompt to get the membership number, because you know they got to do that, right? And that prompt him to call them and tell them how to fix the boat. See what I'm saying? I'm just speculating like everybody else, but yeah. Right. I don't know if the membership was cold. I don't know. Right. No, he's not on the boat. The grandfather's not on the boat. The grandfather, okay, let's say the grandfather's at home, okay? And he gets this call from the company saying that they're using his membership for blah, 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 okay, right? He knows they're on the boat because it's his boat. He let them use it. So he calls them. He like, oh no, cancel the call. Okay, we don't need a tow, and calls them and tells them how to fix the problem. Right, on the phone with Cito. It's on the phone. Grandfather is on the phone. He's calling them and telling them, they couldn't get any reception. Okay. But he managed to call them and tell them how to fix the problem. Which they wasn't even sinking in the first place. Okay? And so that's why they got the search warrant for Bart's boat, because Bart's boat towed their boat. Now, that could be the excuse they use, the alibi, or whatever, but I'm just telling you that Bart's boat, which is a bigger boat, towed their boat. Okay? Okay, so we got what happened to Nolan's body for those 2 days. He was hidden. He was hidden somewhere. Okay. They may know each other, okay, but that doesn't mean that they in on it. Okay? Now, the CTO operator. The CTO operator is just doing what a CTO operator does. An operator handles the phone calls. Okay? Just like, what is it? The police dispatch, they handle the calls and send it out over the walkie-talkie or whatever. That's all they do. They just sitting in the chair. They don't go anywhere. He said he needed a tow. Okay. The call is recorded for quality insurance. So they're recording the call. And they have on the recording, they have your call, your conversation coming on your end, and they have also the conversation on the operator's end. They separated the two calls. Police do it all the time. They've been doing it. They do it all the time. Just like in the 911 calls, and how they slow that down. And they bring up the background or whatever they do, okay, on the 911 call. But the cap, who's the cap? Who's the cap? Don't you not know you're not trying to say captain on the ship? They wasn't on no ship. They on them little TDO boats. They ain't got no captain. Who's Captain Seth? Oh, the Ceto cap. The Ceto cap. What about the Ceto cap? Okay. Well, they had a unusual family dynamic. Okay. However, okay, you got to stay on the boat. Y'all getting away from the boat. We haven't. That's where all the miscommunication is. The boat. See what I'm saying? The island and the boat, not the brothers and sisters who ain't no telling. I don't even know. Were they on the island? Did they go? He said his brother got in a fight. There was fights all over the island, from what we heard, because they was doing all that drinking. Okay, so now we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask, how did Nolan Xavier Wells' body get on the island? How did Nolan's body his dead body, get on the shore of Horn Island? Can you tell us? How did the body get there on the sand, face down? Nolan Wells. How did he get there? How did Nolan Wells get on the shoreline of Horn Island? How was he found there? And thank you for your answers. How did he end up on the shoreline of Horn Island? Okay, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. He was dropped off. He was dropped off. He was let go. Page of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. The Emperor. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Judgment in reverse. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. And the Ten of Swords. Okay. So somebody told the police, or they know, but it looks like the Page of Pentacles told the police. But he lied about the betrayal. There's the Tower next to betrayal. Death. Can't get no worse than that, okay? He was dead. Okay? And the Ace of Pentacles is like a new love, a new opportunity. Okay? Seven of Cups in reverse. Interesting. And the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, these are cups right here. They represent water. And death. Okay. I'm hesitant to say it, but now that this card comes up, it seems to me that he was placed there by that water. Or in that water. But the water just kept going back and forth over him. And the Four of Wands in reverse. The funeral. and the Hermit in reverse. Oh, and they didn't go to the funeral. They didn't go to the funeral. They were scared. And the King of Wands. They were scared of Nolan's dad. And the Seven of Swords in reverse. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they were scared of Nolan's dad, okay, accusing him of abandoning that boy and the secrets. That's, yeah, they left him. They left him. So they didn't go to their funeral. They were too scared to go to their funeral, okay? And they might have been scared if this is the King of Wands, okay? And they were determined to hide the fact that they abandoned him. That's the secret. They left him. See, because when it's all said and done, you left them. Dead or alive, you left them. Okay? Mm-hmm. Interesting. They didn't go. Right. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they may have put him out there, okay, so he could be found, because if he wasn't found, they would be looking at them boys, at least in their mind. That's what they're thinking. Okay, who knows what they were thinking? They were all over the place. But yeah, so we're going to put them out here and they'll find him out here. You know what I'm saying? And they'll think he washed up on shore. He drowned and washed up on shore. We'll just go along with our story. But yeah, they didn't count on the story falling apart. And due to the fact that these are young teenagers, okay, they didn't count on anything. Hmm. And if they were all afraid of being charged with murder, then the boy didn't just die. I mean, even if he did just die, okay, I feel like they might have had something a part in it, for the simple fact that they just left him. Right, that's true too. That's true too. So give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But most of all, stay blessed. I didn't expect to be this long, but hey.